Growing up in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s was an amazing time as a gamer. We got to experience major jumps in technology with our games and experience the evolution of 2D sprite-based games to full-on 3D adventures. During this time, we also had arcades, a place where we could go to play games with our friends and dump endless quarters as we tried to complete a game. It was here that friendships were made and bonds were forged through adversity. Here, games like The Simpsons, X-Men, Golden Axe, Gauntlet Legends, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and various other similar beat-em-ups reigned supreme. Most of these arcade cabinets supported up to 4 players, with some going up to 6 or 8. And that leads us to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in the hot shell. They are the ones most fearsome fighting G's. The heroes in the half shell and their queens. When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut them no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja thieves. Leonardo leads Donatello does machine. Raphael's cool but rude. Michelangelo's a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in the hot shell.
While there have been many TMNT games through the years, none have really stood out or captured an audience like the older games, such as the arcade game Turtles in Time or Hyperstone Heist. TMNT has always remained relevant, but through the years it always seemed to have trouble holding a new audience. Hence why the cartoon continues to get rebooted over and over again. So this time, instead of doing something new, it was decided to play on the nostalgia to appeal to the older fans, which honestly was the smarter decision, as these fans were now parents and could share the game with their kids. Shredder's Revenge has its design based on the classic cartoon from the 90s with the aesthetic of the original arcade game and Turtles in Time. Everything about this game just screams the 90s. From the original voice cast of the iconic cartoon series to the 90s style hip hop music, this is a trip that would make your inner child come to life. Gameplay is your typical beat 'em up. You have your basic attacks and a jump button. Using basic attacks, you can build up a combo, and as you attack, you can build up your super meter. A dodge button has also been added, which helps when trying to keep that combo alive. But there are some other notable differences between this and the prior Turtles beat 'em ups. April and Splinter are now playable characters, and Casey Jones is unlockable once you finish the story mode. Each character now has different stats. Some might be faster, some might be stronger, or have more reach. If playing with other people, you can now high-five each other to share some health if one of you is running low. Honestly though, I didn't really use this. Taunting is also made available, and doing so will charge your super attack 1 bar. Just like the classic games, you'll find different pizza boxes that do different things. You have the basic pizza that restores health of your character, Team Pizza to restore health of the whole party, a box to make your character spin for a short time performing an AoE attack, and a box to do unlimited super attacks for a short period of time. Multiplayer is always key in these type of games, and the fact that we live in an age where internet is readily available, multiplayer can be fully utilized. Where back in the 90s you had to go to the arcade to play with more than 2 players, here we can just play with a total party of 6. And in true arcade fashion, the players can jump in and out of the game if you have it set to online multiplayer. Of course, you can also invite your friends to play. But there is a bit of an issue here. See, as of this video, there is no true crossplay for the game. Xbox and PC can play together, but PlayStation and Switch can only play with the same consoles. Obviously, this really sucks, as this game would absolutely benefit from crossplay. Story-wise, the game is just okay. Honestly, you really play these games just for the mindless fun they bring to the table. The game is a little short, but that's in line with how these types of games are. I personally don't need a 10+ hour TMNT beat 'em up, so the 2 to 3 hour gameplay is just fine for me. And before we get to replayability, I want to touch on the music, because the music in this game is amazing. The game uses some remixed tracks from the older arcade games, as well as adding new music that was produced to sound as if it was originated back in the 90s. They even brought in members of the Wu-Tang Clan to record on the track that plays during the final fight with Shredder. Not the Super Shredder fight, but the final fight with Shredder before Super Shredder. This track was called We Ain't Come to Lose, which I'll play some of that for you right here.
To meet you, now I'm here to beat you with full force, mess up your facial features. Hasta la vista, I'm selling all y'all little Caesars. All y'all stuff your face with is pizza. Pizza crack like a hard-boiled egg on Easter. See these muscles on me? I could beat your teacher. I'll defeat Leonardo, y'all become the weakest. I take off all of your mass and dismantle your features. Shredder, I cross the line like a letter. Smash all of you turtles, put you back together. Indeed, I squish turtles like a tight girdle. Any obstacle, I clear it like a high hurdle. My stomach cringes for all of you fake ninjas. Fighting you are winless, show you what revenge is. Diabolical move, strike with mad vengeance. Ask Splinter, he know I'm coming with bad intentions. We ain't came to lose. 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 We ain't came to lose.
I think it's time to call a war. Still Facebook playing villains and more. With heroes in a half shell going to war. Got the city under siege and they holding the fort. Got extra large pizza boxes all on the floor. Get sized up by a negative force. Your time's up on whatever you thought. Individual starving the floor. So the samurai swords on point for the cause. Dangerous metals highlight the reign of terror. The twilight meets the reign of Shredder. All for one and train together. The dark clouds and the strangest weather. Breaking news, the front line sprayed with ooze. No sunshine, only dangerous rules. We fly with nunchucks that attain the crews. And lace the enemies, we ain't came to lose. 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 We ain't came to lose.
This track gives the same vibes as the Monstars track that was on the original Space Jam album. The song lyrics start from Shredder's point of view, only to shift to the chorus to the Turtles' perspective. This song perfectly encapsulates the theme for the game, because the developers definitely didn't come to lose, as they hit every beat in this game. In most of my reviews, I would normally mention things that I didn't like or things that might turn me away, but never once did I get any feelings where I wanted to quit. Even the sky and water areas where you're basically on rails, the music kept me hyped with energetic rock tracks such as Panic in the Sky and Mutants Over Broadway. Alright, now we'll touch on replayability. If you're new to my reviews, then let me tell you I put a lot of weight in replayability. The reason for this is because I like to feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of a game. And I will say that due to the short nature of this game, the replayability is high. Combine that with the different characters and their playstyles, as well as different difficulty options, this game can have you coming back for more, making this an easy game to jump in if you have a couple hours to kill. To say I was excited to be playing this game is an understatement. Honestly, this is a game that was made for those who were kids back in the 90s during Turtle Fever. It reminded me of when I would watch the cartoon, when I would dress up as Donatello for Halloween, when I would wear my TMNT hat, backpack, and shirts. Like most adults my age, I attribute my love of pizza directly to the Ninja Turtles. Pushing aside my nostalgia, however, this is a game I could recommend anyone to play. Now, if only they could make a Ninja Turtles movie on par with the first two movies, then we'd be good.
I made a funny.